You were then a young army officer who landed on the runway your father had opened in the north of our country to allow planes to bring aid for hundreds of thousands of war refugees. And you shared how he called you every evening to ensure that the refugees, regardless of religion, were being fed and cared for as equals in the eyes of God. You, Your Highness, did not merely embrace that lesson in your youth, you became its living embodiment. You turned it into the mission of your life, and you shaped your nation into a luminous standard bearer of that belief. A country whose moral stature is anchored in its unwavering commitment to universal fraternity and in the fearless conviction that, whatever the cost, this is the only path toward a better world, not in noble words, but in brave deeds. As another hadith tells us, there is no Muslim who visits his sick brother in the morning, but that 70,000 angels pray for him until evening. And if he visits in the evening, they pray for him until morning, and he shall have fruits from paradise. This hadith does not speak only of rewards in the unseen. It speaks of the comforting presence of solidarity and reminds us that to visit the sick or care for the one in need is to become, for a moment, a bearer of divine mercy. Only God knows the number and power of such angels. But what I do know is this. From Kosovo to Somalia, from India to the Maghreb, from the Holy Land to Albania itself, and yes, throughout your own region and across the entire world, your name is heard with respect, is spoken with gratitude, and is remembered with hope. People of every color, tongue, and faith are thankful to you for appearing close in their darkest hours, not as a sovereign seeking redemption, but as a brother who refuses to abandon his ailing siblings to the shadows, who walks with them through the valley of war, suffering, despair, extremism, and destruction, bringing not only aid, but something even more deeper, the quiet strength of compassion, and also the relieving certainty that they are not alone. I'll never forget that when I came to you after the devastating earthquake left thousands of families homeless, you took my hand in yours and said, "Brother, you and your people are not alone." And today, a whole beautiful new neighborhood of more than 1,000 apartments stands as testimony that you mean what you say and say what you mean. As a soldier by profession and by calling, you have chosen to be a brother in arms of peace. I recall your words. In our faith, we say, "Oh God, you are peace and from you is peace." The search for peace is an innate principle, yet principles are effectively realized when they are transformed into action. Where else and under whose leadership but yours could the successor of Saint Peter and the followers of the prophet have come together to sign the document on human fraternity? And how could the Abraham Accords, not only vital to the Middle East, but also inspiring to the world, have taken shape without your courageous commitment and genuine love for peace?